Hello, everyone. This is Jim Sayers, and we have gathered together as the Four Pillars Temple for our Esbat this evening. And I am going to share a meditation and a presentation on the Airt of the North and the elemental of the Earth. So we will go ahead and begin with the meditation. So first, take a comfortable seat and hold the small stone in your hand that you were asked to bring with you this evening. Close your eyes and take a deep breath and focus on the sensation of the rock in your hand. Feel its weight, its texture, and its temperature. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Imagine yourself standing in a beautiful natural setting, surrounded by lush trees, colorful flowers, and sparkling water. The air is clean and fresh. Take a few deep breaths and feel the calmness and serenity of the environment. As you breathe in the quiet, imagine yourself throwing yourself to the whims of the path that lies ahead in this secluded area. As you move down the path, notice the details of the environment and feel the soft earth beneath your feet. Take your time as you journey, allowing yourself to be fully present in each moment. As you arrive at your destination, you find your beautiful stone. Pick up the stone and hold it in your hand. Pause for a moment and observe the colors and texture of the rock in your mind. Take a deep breath in and feel a sense of deep connection and resonance with the stone and all of nature. As you hold the stone, repeat to yourself, I dedicate this stone to the earth element. Imagine the stone saturating with the energy of the earth and the natural elements around you. With each breath, imagine this energy going through the stone as it becomes a conduit of the earth energy. Repeat your intention to ground any earthly desires or projects through this stone and feel the energy pulsating through you and through the stone. Let yourself sink into the sensation of your connection to the earth. Continue to breathe deeply and focus on your intention for this stone. As we begin our journey back, follow the path that you took to arrive, allowing yourself to see and feel all the details of the environment around you. Take another deep cleansing breath and return to your physical body. Keep your eyes closed, picture the room around you, and feel your body connecting with the surface beneath you. Take a few more deep breaths, and when you are ready, slowly open your eyes, and we will continue with our presentation and our Esbat. Thank you, everybody. So that rock or stone, you can keep that on your altar. And I will go ahead and share my screen for our presentation tonight. So as a temple, for our Esbat project, we have been can everybody see? Can somebody let me know that they can see the presentation? But
I can see it.
Perfect, thank you. So as a temple, our project has been our Esbats, which we have gone through the different eights as well as elements. And tonight we are going to talk about the North and the energy of the Earth. So this is just a little calling to the Earth that I came up with. So to the mighty and enigmatic Earth elemental, may your presence bring stability and solidarity to the world. May your steadfastness provide comfort in the most turbulent of times and promote hope for a promising future. So when we think of the elements and the seasons that correspond with them, Earth, of course, is most often associated with winter, the eight or cardinal direction of the North, as well as the goddess in her archetype as the crone, and the god in the archetype of the sorcerer, as well as being associated with wisdom and integration. So winter is a period marked by stillness, introspection, and the quietness of age. I think back on when I was at university, and that was really when you were learning and studying, and where when spring and summer comes, you are kind of putting that aside for more activity versus studying and introspection. The icy landscape outside, of course, is marked with white and blue hues for those of us who live in the north, and it's reminiscent of the Earth's elements' ability to stabilize ground as well as center our being. Winter can be compared, of course, to the earth element, which is a source of both cold and warmth. So we think about the cold weather and ice and cold water, but we also think of, the thermogenic properties of the earth as well and the heat. So the element of earth is essential for stabilizing our environment, but also regulating our water cycle and maintaining our ecosystem's health. The earth element's energy supports us in working to create new foundations, build new goals, and structure ideas to turn into reality. Ancient wisdom, so we think of pagan and indigenous faiths are often rooted in the earth and in the earth element. But the earth element teaches us to reflect, contemplate, and gain deeper insights about our fundamental purpose in life. The goddess in her crone aspect in particular is an embodiment of the earth's element energy. And she is the archetype of winter, and represents wisdom, experience, transformation, as well as integration. Where the god, in his form of the sorcerer, also draws upon the earth element's energy, representing the power to control and transform the world around us. Winter's stillness and quiet creates the perfect condition to work with the earth element and harness its transformative power to manifest our deepest desires. Of course, we are moving into warmer weather, but as we move into the winter as the wheel turns and we embrace the winter months, we want to remember that essential correspondence and really use it as a time to ground our energies, cultivate wisdom. Not only do we go indoors, but we go within and really internalize those things that we've learned over the previous year. But just like the earth element, winter provides us the courage to face our innermost selves and the energy to create transformative change. That stillness, introspection, and quietude of winter offer us an opportunity to rediscover who we are and to integrate our inherent wisdom for the betterment of ourselves and others. I think of that time that we may often spend in our comfy chair reading in the winter time and really internalizing the wisdom where spring and summer is marked by more by action and doing. So the Earth and the Crone Goddess. The Crone Goddess is, of course, a powerful archetype and really embodies the archetype of the witch as well. And she embodies the wisdom, transformation, and integration that comes with age and experience, often associated with the Earth and the dark moon. The crone represents the deep mysteries of the universe and our own inner journey. One goddess associated with the crone is the Germanic goddess Hela. As a ruler of the underworld, she is called upon to guide those entering the afterlife through her wisdom and experience. And her energy teaches us to embrace endings, mourn losses, and find solace in the beauty that comes with darkness. Another goddess associated with the crone is the Irish Morrigan. And as a shapeshifter, she represents the constant cycles of life, death, and rebirth. She brings wisdom and transformation to those who embrace her and is often portrayed as a guide to the underworld, a protector, and as well as a confidant. Similar parallels as the Morrigan would be the Greeks' image of the goddess in her crone aspect as Hecate. And of course, Hecate is a powerful goddess associated with witchcraft, magic, and the crossroads. Her association with the earth is intertwined with her role as a protector of childbirth, gardens, and wild animals. She is considered an emissary of the dark and embodies transformation, much like the soil that houses the mysteries below. I think of her stories in her relation with Demeter and Persephone as well, and being a guide through the underworld, in that earth energy as well. In Roman mythology, Carmenta is a goddess who aids in childbirth, and she is a powerful seer and represents the wisdom and knowledge needed to traverse the obstacles of life. She is honored in the beginning of the year during Saturnalia, which was a time to honor the dark before the coming of the light. The Egyptian goddess Sekhmet harnesses the power of the sun. If you remember, she was considered to be an eye of Ra and represents growth, destruction, and change. Her worship was centered around taking care of the natural world, and her fierce nature grounded the divine in earthly strength and knowledge. Hindu mythology speaks of Kali as a goddess of destruction and rebirth. Much like the crone, she is associated with the earth and is revered as a force of change. She reminds us that it's only through destruction that we can rebuild and become stronger. So when you think of the mythos of Kali, I often think of, you have to be burned in the fire to be reborn again. She's a powerful representation of that. In African mythology, Oya is a goddess of death and rebirth. Her energy stands for swift and sudden changes, which clears out the old and welcomes new growth to come in. She is associated with the natural world, thunder and lightning. So we see the powerful archetypes of the crone and the associated goddesses represent the transformative forces of nature and the mysteries that unfold under the cloak of darkness. Representing earth and death together, both explain how nature transforms and adapts as the sun dies out. A wise guide, the crone reminds us of the importance of accepting and embracing endings and finding meaningful transitions to new beginnings. So, when things come to a close, it's a time of reflection, but also a time to look forward to those new beginnings as well. Earth as the sorcerer god. So another word for sorcerer would be, of course, magician. And the sorcerer aspect of God is a powerful archetype that harnesses the transformative power of the earth to enhance creativity, manifest our deepest desires, and facilitate transformative change as well. So this archetype is commonly associated with magic, transformation, and creating new realities. In Germanic mythology, Odin is a god associated with sorcery and magic. He is a symbol of enlightenment and wisdom and represents creativity and transformation. Additionally, his shamanistic practices help guide seekers on their quest for potential change. The Irish god Dagda is another sorcerer god known for his magical harp that can control the seasons and emotions. The Dagda represents the transformative power of sound and the necessity of being in tune with the natural world. In Greek mythology, we talked about Hecate, but Hades, of course, ran off with Persephone, and their stories are intimately tied together. But in Greek mythology, Hades is a prominent sorcerer god who serves as the ruler of the underworld. He presides over death and is associated with the regeneration and renewal of life. He exemplifies the cyclical nature of transformation and that integration of darkness and light. Roman mythology personifies Saturn as god of agriculture and harvest, entangling sorcerer type qualities into this symbolism. And Saturn represents the cultivation of our inner selves for radical change and self-construction. This is one of my favorite stories as well, but in Egyptian mythology, Osiris is the god of new beginnings and representation of the transformative power of water as well. So earth and water, in the growth of the grain, from the dead soil, but he teaches us that change can lead to new and beautiful life. He is associated with the elements of earth and water, representing balance and peace. And the Hindu tradition speaks of the god Shiva, who is associated with the transformative power of destruction in order to pave the way for creation. Shiva reminds us of the all-encompassing nature of transformation and its purifying effects on the self. And lastly, in African tradition, Alegua is a god associated with roads and pathways, facilitating transformation in areas of opportunity surrounding decision making. He teaches us about the transformative potentials created through our own agency and free will. So we see in these different archetypes and representations of the god that the sorcerer, as an archetype of God, provides a powerful framework for understanding the deep mysteries of the earth and our place within it. This archetype represents transformation, change, rebirth, and creativity. Harnessing the transformative power of the earth, our lives can be brought into alignment with our highest desires, and we can be empowered to live life to the fullest. This energy teaches us to use our experience and sacred inner power to promote growth, creativity, and transformation in our individual earthly paths. So, of course, the color associated with the earth would be green. So the life verdant color of green is associated with the earth since ancient times. In many cultures around the world, it is a vibrant hue that symbolizes growth, abundance, and life itself. The green color is deeply intertwined with the earth and her bounty. So green is the color of chlorophyll in the leaves, the pigment that's responsible for photosynthesis. But that pigmentation is also responsible for the production of oxygen for all living beings. So we see how the earth gives birth to air itself, through the photosynthesis that we need for survival. So without the color green, life as we know it on Earth would not be possible. In ancient societies, green was believed to have strong symbolism for fertility and abundance. An example is in Egyptian mythology, Osiris used the green essence of nature to bring about rebirth and renewal. In Celtic tradition, green, of course, was associated with the goddess Brigid, who presided over crops and springs, indicating its importance for sustaining life. Some cultures see green as representing health, harmony, and balance, which connotes goodness in the material realm, while others perceive it as a color of emotion and use it to represent love and care towards one another and of the Mother Earth herself. Green has become symbolic of the earth in modern society as well. Many conservation groups and outdoor enthusiasts use green in their logos and in their branding, showcasing an environmental stance. Interior decorators use it along with wood to give a natural and earthy feeling to a home, along with its deep connection with the earth and the environment. Green today represents a sense of peace, calmness, and balanced well-being. So all in all, green represents the fresh new growth that occurs in the vitality cycle of living things in relation to their natural environment. Where fire defines a boundary and marks a danger zone, Green lives and breathes growth, expansion, and creativity, infusing energy so that life beyond it is possible. I love that picture, by the way. um, so as we move on, we talked about Earth and the energies of the Earth being a catalyst for wisdom and integration, and kind of tying that into the winter theme as well. But Earth is often associated with stability. So when we do our meditation and we talk about grounding, uh, that groundedness, we're really talking about that Earth energy, as well as practicality. It represents the physical realm as well as the material, tangible aspects of our lives. When we connect with the element of Earth, we tap into its energy of grounding and stability, which can serve as a catalyst to various forms of wisdom and integration. So, wisdom often requires a sense of calm and stability so that we can reflect deeply on the things that we've learned. We talk about listening and reading, but in order to internalize them and put them to work for us, um, we have to have that ability to reflect and kind of think it through. And that connection with the earth helps us to feel grounded and centered so that we can be more open to insights that might be coming from our higher self or from spirit or deity, things that we might otherwise overlook. So the earth also symbolizes consistency and reliability. And by embodying these qualities in our lives, we can develop the kind of inner strength and resilience that lends itself to long term wisdom. Integration likewise benefits from an alignment with the energy of the earth. By being grounded and present in the physical realm, we can bring disparate parts of our lives into harmony with one another. This might mean synthesizing different aspects of our personality, combining different parts of our skill set to create something new, or simply finding ways to make our values and priorities more congruent with our daily decisions. All in all, we can see the earth as a powerful catalyst for both wisdom and integration. By tuning into its energy, we can access a sense of stability, groundedness, and practical wisdom that can guide us toward deeper understanding and more harmonious living. So the pentagram or the pentacle um, as a magical tool of the earth. So the pentagram is often considered a symbol of the goddess as it represents the union of all things. The interpretation is based on the idea that the pentagram can be seen as a depiction of the female reproductive system. So a good way to see this is actually to cut an apple in half as well. But in the center, um, of the um, pentagram itself, you see a circle which represents the womb, and the 4 points of the stars, um, or I'm sorry, the 5 points of the stars actually um, represent the different elementals. So that fivefold symmetry, and again, a perfect example is cutting an apple in half, where you see the center and then the seeds at each of the points. But the apple or a pear have, of course, been associated with the goddess because of this symbolism. So, in this context, the element of earth really plays an important role as it represents the material realm, the physical body, and the natural world. The earth element is seen as the embodiment of the feminine, nurturing and providing the sustenance necessary for life to flourish. So the pentagram then represents the earthly manifestation of the goddess in her descent into physicality and the material world being one of her greatest creations. So, as a symbol of the goddess, the pentagram can be used in magic and spirituality to connect with the divine feminine and the cycles of nature. The earth element is called upon in order to tune into the rhythms of the natural world and to honor the cycles of life, death, and rebirth that are fundamental parts of the goddess's existence. Overall, the pentagram is a multifaceted symbol that represents the integration of all aspects of existence, the union of all things, and the embodiment of the goddess within the material world. By working with this symbol, practitioners of earth based spirituality can tap into the energies of the earth element and connect with the divine feminine in order to manifest their intentions and honor the cycles of nature. So the direction of north and earth. So the 4/8, or the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, have been associated with the classical elements of earth, air, fire, and water for thousands of years across many different cultures. The northern 8 is associated with the element of earth, which serves as a grounding force in earth-based spirituality and provides strength and stability amid the turbulence of everyday life. The element of earth is closely tied to the physical realm, of course. It represents the material world, matter, and the substance of our existence. It also embodies the ideas of grounding, strength, and the creation of a stable foundation. As such, the element of earth is a foundational component of the spiritual path and is often invoked during meditations, spell work, and other rituals. By invoking the energies of the north, we can reconnect with the transformative power of the earth element and find grounding and stability in our spiritual pursuits. In particular, the north is often associated with qualities such as wisdom, abundance, and wealth. As such, those who seek to cultivate these traits in their own lives may find that invoking the north is particularly helpful. In some traditions, the element of earth is associated with the energy of winter, a time of deep introspection and quietness. This connection further emphasizes the transformative power of the earth element and its ability to bring us a sense of calm, introspection, and clarity. The earth element has been associated with many historical cultures around the world, from the ancient Greeks, who assigned the zodiacal sign of Taurus to the element of earth, to the traditions of the Far East, where earth is often associated with the energy of yin and with the nurturing motherly role of the earth goddess. In modern times, the earth element has taken on new significance as we strive to become more grounded and live more sustainable lives. The element of earth reminds us not only of our connection to the physical world, but also of our responsibility to care for it, making it an essential component, of the path for better futures for ourselves and for the planet. Spirits associated with the earth. In various spiritual traditions, each of the 8s is associated with specific spirits, entities, or deities that oversee that particular direction. Spirits associated with the north typically embody the qualities of earth and can provide strength, grounding, and practicality to one's practice. One such spirit is Formalt, one of the 4 Mesopotamian stars, who is associated with the element of earth and is said to bring protection and stability to those who invoke him. The Greeks, on the other hand, have Boreas, the north wind, who is often often depicted as a strong and powerful deity with the ability to bring change and transformation to all that he touches. In the Christian tradition, the archangel Ariel is often associated with the north, and Ariel is said to be the angel of earth and is sometimes portrayed as being draped in green and carrying a staff or wand, symbolizing his power over the element of earth. In earth-based spirituality, the north is guarded by the spirits of the element, the gnomes of earth and the olive shadow. The gnomes are believed to be small earth-dwelling beings with a deep connection to the energies of the earth. They are often invoked during spells and rituals for grounding, stability, and manifestation. While the olive shadow is another spirit associated with the north, and it's said to be a shadowy figure that embodies the qualities of the earth element. Like the gnomes, the olive shadow is invoked during spells and rituals for grounding and manifestation. In the Egyptian pantheon, the north is guarded by the goddess Wadjet, who is associated with the goddess of the color green and symbolizes the power of growth and abundance. She is often invoked during spells and rituals for prosperity and success and can help bring a sense of stability and grounding to one's spiritual practice. Overall, the spirits associated with the north embody the qualities of earth and can bring grounding, practicality, and strength to one's practice. Whether working with Mesopotamian, Greek, Christian, or Egyptian deities or entities, it is important to honor and work with the spirits of the North in order to tap into the transformative power of the earth element and cultivate a deeper connection to the physical world. So I have some references for other study. One of the most interesting books that I listed here, The Woman's Dictionary of Symbols and Sacred Objects, I had picked up for Taylor ages ago. That's a wonderful book, as is the uh, Scott Cunningham's books, of course, is a great starting place for so many of us. But his book, Earth Power, Techniques of Natural Magic, kind of introduced me to the craft many years ago. And while there are a lot of other books that we've moved through since then, his books are a great stepping stone. But I have those listed there for you as well. And I am going to